Hey everybody, today I'm here with a long and boring personal type vlog, but it's something that I want to do and I hope you guys will follow along if you're interested. I'm just here to tell everybody about my personal acne story. I have in the past on this channel posted videos talking about how I've been publicly humiliated by people because of the way that I look, and I am now seeking treatment for my acne, and I am going to be documenting my treatment as I go through it. It's a very intensive acne treatment. It's pretty much a last resort type option, and I want to help people who may be struggling with the same problem that I am. So I got acne, or started getting it when I was about 12 years old. I didn't get it badly. It was just what most people get, you know, the occasional zit or the occasional pimple here or there or whatever it is. And once I started the 9th grade, I would say, so probably when I was about 15, it started to get really, really bad. And over the years, people told me that it's just a phase, it's part of puberty, it's just growing up, you'll grow out of it, it's not that bad. And people kept trying to reassure me that things were going to get better. And I'm now 20 years old, and most people would have grown out of it, quote unquote grown out of it. I'm far past the point of, you know, being in my teens and being in puberty, so it was really discouraging as I got older, and my acne was just getting worse. And luckily for me, I haven't had cystic acne. However, at this point in my life, my face is starting to scar, and so that's why I've decided to do this acne treatment regimen. But I have had all different types of acne. I've had blackheads, whiteheads, big, nasty, inflamed ones with tons of pus in it, you know, tiny little ones. I get them all over. I've gotten them on my back, on my shoulders, on my chest, on my face, and over the years I have tried literally everything that I can possibly think of. I've tried everything topical, you know, so anything you can buy in the store, any brand name under the sun, scrubs, you know, wipes, pads, all that stuff I've tried. I've even tried homeopathic type things, you know, like natural remedies for my face, which didn't really work either. I've also tried going as far as to buying something really quite expensive like Proactive, for example, which is supposed to work, and it didn't. I do not recommend Proactive to anybody. That stuff is absolutely horrible. And when topical wasn't working, you know, just putting stuff on my face, you know, I went to the next step up, doing more extreme things, changing my diet, making sure to wash, you know, my pillowcases, making sure to really vigorously wash my face after I got home from work, or if I was doing gym class or something and sweating, you know, trying my best to keep my face nice and clean. Now, that actually caused me to overwash my face, and I got more acne because I was kind of stressing my face out, quote unquote. And I've recently also tried other medication, you know, so I've tried to go right to the source because a lot of it isn't external, a lot of it is actually internal. So I've been on antibiotics, which worked, but gave me all sorts of other very, very nasty side effects that I just did not like at all. I've also tried things, you know, like different types of birth control, but unfortunately, because my acne is so bad, you know, little changes in hormones really wasn't going to do a whole lot for me. So as you can see here, all of this stuff that I have on the side of my face, this is all scarring. I've had this for as long as I can remember, for probably the last 5 years. Just from, and this stuff's really sensitive, if I pick at it or something, then, you know, it comes off and it starts to bleed. And it's really embarrassing because, you know, you scratch your face and most people, nothing happens, but sometimes when your skin gets dry, your face starts to bleed. My face has cracked from overwashing my face or not having enough, moisture or whatever it is. So it's really difficult problem for me to deal with, and I always feel like it was my fault. Like, it's my fault I'm not keeping my face clean enough, or I'm not eating healthily enough, or whatever it was. But a lot of the time, it's actually a lot to do with, it's hereditary, your family background, and unfortunately that's the case with me. My dad had acne, and that's kind of where I got it from, and unfortunately it's just not going away. So finally, after trying pretty much everything that I could think of, I went to my doctor, and I got a recommendation to go and see a dermatologist, and he then decided to put me through a 3-month trial of what is called Accutane. And if you know anything about Accutane, you know that it is extremely expensive. It's extremely difficult on the body, tons of side effects, but for a 3-month program that is supposed to be pretty much the absolute fix, I feel like it's really worth it. And I'm not doing this for other people. I'm doing it for myself. As I've grown up, obviously, I've gotten over a lot of my flaws, a lot of things I don't like about myself I've managed to kind of just work past. But acne is something I've never really been able to work through. Most people that I know, most people in my life have beautiful, fresh faces, no acne, and when they get a pimple, they freak out like it's the end of the world. Meanwhile, my face right now actually is looking the best that it's looked in years, which is really sad because, like I said, I've got, scarring on both sides of my face. I've also got rosacea, which is like the reddish tone. You might not be able to see it, but usually right here my face is always red, which is really strange because I'm very pale, and I always get a lot of really, really hard pimples that are, full of like hard pus almost, and if I scratch it or if I push on it or rub my face, it really hurts. So over the years, it's also increased in not only how it looks, but also how it feels, just being really, really uncomfortable, being really, really sore. And so enough is enough, and I don't want to have scarring. I don't want to have acne till I'm 30, and unfortunately it's just not something that I'm going to grow out of, but that's how it is for some people. And I'm going to be documenting, like I said, my journey with Accutane. Everyone's experience is different, but given the wide variety of things that can go wrong, I think it's good to do a lot of research on any drug, any cream, anything that you try, and I think it's really going to benefit me later on in my life. And I got a little bit off topic, but like I said, it's not really something that I've ever been able to get over. I feel like it's the first thing that people see, even though most people that I know say that it's really not a big deal. And I just feel that I'll feel much better about myself. I'll look much better, I'll feel much better, and I really hope that it's going to be something that is going to fix a very, very long-term problem that I've had in my life, and hopefully I will be a lot happier. So to those of you out there struggling, don't worry, you're not the only one, but really take it into your own hands and be very, very careful about how you treat your acne. I've definitely done a lot of really bad things. I've been overzealous, and sometimes I've made things a lot worse. I put off getting help, a lot later than I should have, but there's always tons of resources for those of you who are struggling out there. And as much as I don't like acne, I do know it's not the most important thing, and I hope that people watching this, if you struggle with, any sort of self-esteem issue whatsoever, whether it be, your weight or your height or acne or whatever it is, it's not the most important thing, and it's just something that you need to work through and get past and move on with, because in order to live life and be happy, you need to first take care of yourself. So I think that's about all I really want to say. I could go really in depth about it because, like I said, it's a really huge personal issue for me, and it has been for several years. But obviously I'm going to be talking more about it as I go on through the videos that I'll be doing, talking about my experiences with this new medication that I'm going to be taking, and things like that. And I love talking about this just because it's such, like I said, huge issue for me, a huge issue for a lot of people I know, and skin is something that's so different for every single person. You know, I know people with the clearest and most beautiful of skin, and I know people who unfortunately have much worse acne than I do. So wish me luck, everybody. I hope that I helped some of you, or hopefully some of you can help me. You know, leave me something in the comments and I will reply back. So I will see you guys in about a week after I've taken my first dose of medication, and fingers crossed that the stuff is really going to help.